everybody, welcome back to this Operation Battle for Bastogne. It's your boy, County Check, back again with another freaky, funky installment here on the Warthunder channel. Be flying the P-51 Coochie 10 here today with the lads Chris Bianchi 13 and the Angry Grandma 173. I do believe this video is from sometime in January. Look at that nice loop the gentleman made there. It's been a while. We've been facing some small levels of adversity in the amount of time, energy, and effort that is required to even produce a video of as poor quality as this. So, without chopping up some slop and adding water to it, you can't have any slop. It still requires effort, Just like the effort I made to shoot at that guy when there was no chance of me hitting them with such an ugly oblique shot. But hey, had to try. I hope this video finds all of you well, and that you're doing good in this season of tumultuous events, which I would like to remind everybody, regardless of if you are celebrating or lamenting current events in political news, those events are being amplified by the media with the intention of dividing the two classes of smooth brain who seem to dominate the political spectrum in this country. I will not name them, because that would be to shame them, and, if you think that you can only be one way or the other, well, you most definitely also think that you should be out of balance. My personal belief is that you should try to be a little more balanced. You can't go all the way one way or all the way other. Basically, the political parties in this country, as I've heard it described best, are just butt cheeks. One is on the left, one is on the right. It doesn't matter which one you vote for, the same thing comes out from in between them, and you will be the one that eats it. Sadly. But anyway, that I think got all of that off of my chest. And if you're new here, I am U.S. main with a major skill issue, playing Warthunder on a PS4 with a $20 keyboard and mouse combo, $20 headset, and basically all of the cheapest things that you can get. Thusly, the name for the channel, Welfare Thunder. I like to show every gameplay I get, good, bad, or ugly, to outline the existence of skill issue and build acceptance around the need for people to learn and improve. That almost looked like I knew what I was doing there. And to kind of build a community for old men like me on console who've made the switch from controller to keyboard and are like, oh my lord, how do I work this thing? Never thought that a Gen X like me would feel like a boomer, but man, I do when I play with these teenagers. They're like, oh yeah, we just do this and that, and I'm like, yeah, how plain work. Yeah, so, yeah, if you're new and that sounds interesting at all, maybe consider subscribing. You will never be able to consider me a genuine YouTuber of the modern kind, but I may actually qualify for that if it was, 15 years ago. And I'm okay being outdated. I kind of wanted my efforts here to be, archaic or a throwback to the past. The current production level required for YouTube success is quite onerous and feeds into the brain rot thing. The only way to really grow your channel is by producing shorts, which, God forbid that, YouTube thought that they didn't have to compete with TikTok. They don't understand that by trying to copy them, they're, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, okay, I'll play your game, when instead they could just do what they do good and hope to keep what they can keep by being firmly themselves. We're looking at a future where everything is going to be like that South Park episode where the Futurekins come back from the future, like everything is blended together so much that it will just be like a homogeneous mash. Same thing with, like, I keep seeing memes about it, like how all the restaurants look the same. Like back when I was a kid, they had style and pizzazz and different kinds of roofs and interior stuff, but now they make them so that if they go out of business, they can vacate it and anybody else can go in there. It's kind of one of the reasons behind it. But society is kind of going to turn into that, as regular individuals with polish and flair and style and class and their own artistic dreams and beliefs, as they get pushed out of being able to produce things by basically the moneyed powers that be, who have decreed that everything should be easily interchangeable for their business interests, and that nothing can stick up above the level plumb that they've laid down. Just kind of sad. You see me turn fighting here, and I'm stupid. Trying to keep my energy advantage, but I think at this point in time I was not smart enough to not throw it away. I should have leveled out way sooner right here at this spot and not gone over. Yeah, stall yourself, dummy. That's exactly what I did, and this is the result. So there's your learning lesson. About 20 seconds ago I should have leveled out a lot faster. But yeah, I lament a society with no creativity and no individuality, in which two apparent sides that are not really the mass of people, they're just the vocal minorities that are a little further one side or the other, basically run the whole commentary and make people afraid to speak their mind and not be able to say what they think is true. It's a very disgusting turn of events to see the way some people behave about certain events that have occurred recently. And it really highlights that America was founded on principles of extreme freedom, but also extreme responsibility. And it seems like we have some portion of the population here that would like to have the extreme freedom for themselves, but not others. And they want none of the extreme responsibility. Well, if you think the government is going to take care of you, I want you to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles and just sit in the waiting room for an hour. Tell me what you see, because that will be your life if you let the government have control. How stupid could you be? Literally, generations of people have been brainwashed to eat toxic crap, slather toxic crap all over their body, ingest large amounts of microplastics, and chant in unison with whatever political pundit of either side that they watch on YouTube, and have literally no original thoughts. How do you think your thoughts would compare to, say, someone from 300 BC in the Middle East, or a Scandinavian Viking, or one of the Aborigines from Australia, or maybe the Puebloan people who lived over, in the American Southeast and built their houses way up high and hidden. Wonder what they were hiding from. Definitely not man-eating giants whose skeletons have all been whisked away by the Smithsonian because God forbid we had to explain anything that actually happened on the planet. It has to be what's already published, or my book revenues, will go away. Uh-oh, this is not a good situation, and I do the stupidest thing possible here. And you see the PS4 was like, it choked on that. Choked on those frames there. But either way, that's enough of a tirade from me about the idiocy of the current modern day. You want to reject modernity and embrace tradition and figure out what to do that makes you feel happy and healthy. Don't buy into all these left-right paradigms. You can be a centrist. Just saying. And if you've been here with me watching while I crash and burn, I super appreciate you. And most importantly, I hope you have a good day and you don't let anything get you down. This is County Check signing off, and we will see you on the next one. I love you very much.